These pearls of wisdom are brought to you by Carl Johnson and members of the Oyster Bay Church of Christ, located at 1044 Shadeville Road, which is 4 miles east of Crawfordville, Florida. I've got plans for you. When someone says, I've got plans for you, they usually mean that they have specific intentions or ideas involving you in the future. Depending on the tone of voice, one can usually tell if the meaning is supportive, harmful, or even romantic. But when these words are spoken by God, it usually means that God will be using you for His purpose. Such was the case when He spoke to the Israelites in Jeremiah 29. Jeremiah 29 is a letter written by the prophet Jeremiah to the Israelites who had been exiled to Babylon. They were in a tough spot. They were taken from their homeland under foreign rule and were feeling abandoned. God, through Jeremiah, told them to settle down in Babylon, build homes, plant gardens, and have families. They were to seek the peace of the city because they were going to spend the next 70 years in Babylon. The Israelites felt hopeless and discouraged, but God wanted them to know that He had not forgotten them. He said in verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This was a radical message for a people who had lost everything. Have you ever found yourself where nothing makes sense? Maybe your plans fell apart, a door closed that you were sure would open, or life just took an unexpected turn. If so, Jeremiah 29:11 can be your lifeline, reminding you that you are not forgotten. The Israelites were living in a foreign land far from home. Their exile was not just a geographical relocation, it was a spiritual crisis. While there, some Israelites conformed to the Babylonian ways, while others remained faithful. Their time in Babylon was a spiritual testing ground, and the responses varied. Today, as Christians, we often find ourselves in such a foreign land. Jesus tells us that Christians do not belong to the world the way others do. John 17:14 through 16. Spiritually speaking, the world we live in is marred by sin, injustice, pain, and rebellion. We must remember this is not our true home. Heaven is. Until we reach our eternal home, we live as strangers or foreigners, much like the Israelites in exile. Now, this doesn't mean as Christians we're supposed to hate the world or isolate from it. Quite the opposite. Jeremiah told the exiles in Babylon to seek the peace and prosperity of the city. Verse 7. Likewise, Jesus calls us to love, serve, and witness to the people of the world. The exile mirrors our own spiritual journey. We live in a fallen world. However, it is our mission field. Like light in darkness, believers are called to live differently, pointing others to the hope of Jesus. These pearls of wisdom are brought to you by Carl Johnson and members of the Oyster Bay Church of Christ, located at 1044 Shadeville Road, which is 4 miles east of Crawfordville, Florida.